Hi everyone, it's Eva Benmeleh. So the other day I was talking to a mom about how whenever she has to prepare for a party, she gets into this mode and it's like, do not mess with me. I have an agenda. I have something I need to do. I need to get done and everything must be out of my way because the only thing that's important is to prepare for this party. And I have heard this story in so many different renditions, whether it's about completing a project, whether it's something mundane like the household chores, whatever the case may be. Most of us who have perfectionistic tendencies, we become obsessed and almost hypnotized. And it brought back the idea of the image, I think it's like a Batman movie, and I don't remember the villain's name, but that the eyes kind of start circling in green and everyone kind of follows along and no one can get in their way. And because if they do, they just get taken and thrown off. Or maybe I'm combining two different kinds of movies, but anyway, you get the drift, right? And it's really like that. It's like we become hypnotized. We become robots to the system of getting things done. And the ironic and the sad part about it is that we're supposedly doing it for other people, right? So in this particular case, the mom was talking about preparing the house for her daughter's birthday. Another one was talking about making the garden look beautiful so that her children and the family can enjoy outside. Another parent was telling me about, getting ready for the holidays and decorating so that the kids could have lovely memories when they grow up. And I know that I can get like that too whenever I'm having something at my home or I'm preparing up for a party. Thank God with the work I've done, these times are fewer and farther in between. But it used to be that it was a point of contention. You cannot get in my way. I have a plan, I have an idea, and it must be executed to the T of perfection that I see fit. And the ironic thing is that we think we're doing it for other people, so we feel resentment. How dare they not help me? How dare they not help me and spend the time to appreciate all of my sacrifice that I do to make this event beautiful and perfect? And we feel like the martyr. Woe is me. I have broken nails. My feet are hurting. I have blisters. I have spent countless hours waking up early and going to sleep late, searching for the perfect arrangement. And no one says thank you. I have to ask for it, right? And then it's what's wrong with them? How ungrateful are they? These malcriados, these malagradecidos, these children, these significant others, husbands, boyfriends, friends, etc. not appreciate everything that I do for them. And the fact of the matter is that yes, in theory, on the surface, it is totally about them. But when we dig just a little bit deeper, we come to find out that it's all about us. Because our children can request the princess party or the Roblox theme, and we can have a tasting party and whatnot. And the really cool thing about perfectionists is that our imagination is one of our strong suits, but it's also one of our drawbacks. So whenever we're planning and sorting out all of these sorts of things and we're starting to feel resentment and martyrdom, it's a moment to take a step back and really think, okay, well, what is important? And what are my choices in the matter? Because if I am choosing to work past a certain amount of time where the next day I'm going to need to take a break because my back literally went out and my legs can't sustain themselves up any longer, and my children are afraid of me because I've yelled at them way too many times for popping the balloons or misplacing things where I think that they should go, or my significant other, my husband, the father, whatever, is like kind of cringing a bit because whatever he thinks is not good enough and whatever he thinks goes against the perfect plan, all of that, then it's time to take a moment and think, all right, what am I doing here? Is this really about them because I want to make them happy? Or is this really about pleasing my ego because I have a hang up that nothing I do is good enough and it has to be to the max for it to be good enough? This takes work because we have to decompress all of this pressure and we have to figure out, is there a middle ground? Can you have an amazing party? Can you have an amazing event? Can you decorate, but without the resentment and without the martyrdom? And can it really be for what it is, which is, I want my kids to remember. I want them to know that their mom was present. I want them to know that their mom was thoughtful because she was thoughtful for what they wanted. She was taking into consideration their whims and desires, but also taking into consideration her level of rest and her level of exhaustion and her level of patience, so that it's not one of those cookie cutter types of things where we look at the pictures and everyone's smiling, but 5 minutes before we were drying up the tears and trying to hold our heart from popping out of our body because we were so angry. So the next time you have an event, the next time you feel yourself falling into this mode, because it's like you're hypnotized, like with the green circles in the eyes, I'll find an image for that. But the next time that happens, try to see, well, what can break the spell? What is it that has to happen? And of course, I talked about big events, but this can also be with the chores, right? I need to get the laundry done. I have to do all the dishes. The room needs to be fixed and cleaned up, etc., etc. Figure out for yourself what needs to take place to break the spell before other things start falling apart. I'll leave you with that. Take care.